Comps. Tristana, Alistar, and Ziggs banned out. Ziggs is a strong pick in the right hands, but is not as popular as he used to be. He's been nerfed many times. I don't think he's worth the ban, but it's possible it was a counter pick, or sorry, a target ban. It's possible they didn't want to deal with that pick. It's fine, right? There's nothing wrong with banning Ziggs, but I think there are better uses of that ban slot. On the split side, they banned out Yasuo, Morgana, and Pantheon. Yasuo and Morgana definitely agree with. Pantheon, same thing as before. Pantheon is strong in the right hands, but he's not overly popular. He's not overpowered, in my opinion. I think that's just a ban saying either someone on the enemy team plays that character and you don't want to deal with it, or it's simply something you don't want to have to be worried about as your team comp. Nothing really wrong with these bans, but it's definitely, you need to ask yourself, why am I banning this character? Is it because it's overpowered? Is it because I don't trust my team to deal with it? Or is it because I don't want to deal with it? That's a decision you have to make. And at the end of the day, ban what you want. There's nothing correct or incorrect about banning certain characters. Now, in terms of picks, they have a mid lane Nidalee running Ignite and Flash, a Teleport, Flash, Aurelia top, Thresh running Exhaust Standard, and Heal on Jinx, and then, of course, a Lee Sin jungle. That's going to be facing up against what appears to be a mid lane Vel'Koz, top lane Rengar, a Nami Graves bot lane. I'm not a fan of Graves, personally, but to each their own, we'll see how he does. I'd love to see a good Graves. I just haven't seen one in a while. And then, of course, they have the Teleport Yi jungle. Teleport is actually good on a Yi jungle because Yi generally just wants to farm and then show up and counter gank, right? Jumping in as they're turret diving and cleaning up with the Yi sets, as people call them, and just snowballing off of that. So there's nothing wrong with it. Running Teleport on him. So that's good. My concern, though, is the Graves pick. How are they setting up fights for Graves? Okay, well, they have a Nami bubble. That's lovely. You have the Nami ult. That's lovely. And you have the Vel'Koz slow and knock up. Again, all lovely setups for skills. But who are you locking down on the enemy team? Nidalee's mobile, Aurelia's mobile, Lee Sin's mobile. So unless those lockdowns are going on to, let's say, Jinx and Nidalee at the same time, who's Graves going to be able to duel? I don't see Graves being able to kill anyone on the other team. Jinx outscales him, both in skill damage and in auto attack damage. Aurelia outduels him. Nidalee is going to assassinate him. And depending on how he's built, Lee Sin will be able to deal with Graves as well. So I'm just questioning the Graves pick. I don't want to insult him as a player by any means, because there's just nothing wrong with playing Graves. But you need to ask yourself, why am I playing this pick? What is the reason for the Graves pick in this team comp? And I can't answer that, because it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So, more power to him. I would just... I would pose that question to him, right? Up to him. Now, in terms of overall lane counters, matchups, that sort of thing, top lane is a skill matchup. Rengar has Ignite and has an early damage advantage, so it's going to be on him to try and win before Aurelia finishes up some items. That being said, Aurelia is debatably better late game, but it'll really boil down to how they play. Rengar has great potential to just one-shot Jinx in the mid to late game or Nidalee in the mid to late game, but Aurelia has the ability to jump in on top of Vel'Koz or Graves, and no one's going to be able to peel her off. So both strong picks, very strong picks actually, but we'll see how they're played. In mid lane, I would give Vel'Koz the advantage. The only question I have is the barrier. Yes, it's lovely because they did pick the Ignite, but it's not as though you're versus a Fizz or something where they're always going to remove that. The move speed buff from heal is a very nice opportunity, as well as the double heal. So Vel'Koz Yi, Vel'Koz Rengar, Vel'Koz Graves, whoever is still in the back line, you're going to be able to double that effectiveness of the heal essentially, as well as get the extra move speed from it. So nothing wrong with taking barrier, but he might want to consider heal in the future. But yeah, I would definitely give Vel'Koz the advantage in laning phase, because Nidalee mid has some weaknesses currently. Oh, apparently that's an AP Rengar, according to chat. I suppose that would make sense, seeing as that's his name. Not something I'm used to seeing. It's been nerfed many times, but he can make it work, I'm sure. In the bot lane, I would definitely give it over to Thresh Jinx. Thresh Jinx is a fantastic pairing, and I've mentioned a number of times, I don't like Graves. I'm not going to harp on that pick, but we'll see how they make it work for them. In the jungle, Lee is going to have much more pressure early, but Yi has the potential to snowball and be more of a monster in the mid to late game. I'm going to get these all lined up for you guys, and we'll get into the match. Now, nothing really out of the ordinary in starting builds. I do not personally like Thresh starting with a ward, but it's not a bad start. Personally, I go four biscuits and then an ancient coin on Thresh because I play a very auto-attack, harass-oriented Thresh. I want to be up in their face, I want to be harassing the meta lane, and I want to apply as much pressure as I physically can. Having more potions allows me to do that, and I would also not like the ward because is he really going to gank you at level 2 through 4? It would be highly unlikely. Right? Like, I just don't see that Yi ganking. He's going to be focused on farming, and he's going to be focused on getting his Feral Flare finished up. Oh, 1 second. Why is it saying missed call? I already read that. Is it saying I missed a call now? Yeah, apparently I just missed a call now. 8007. I don't know that number. I think it's my parents. I'm not talking to them. Sorry about that, guys. My phone was going crazy and wouldn't let me read the message. So yeah, I would not be really feeling the need to have that ward. But that's just myself. Lee, as I mentioned, is going to have much, much more early game impact if he plays it properly. Outside that, builds are pretty standard. I am surprised at the Boots of Speed on Vel'Koz. I would expect him to have Doran's Ring. Gives him a little bit of extra mana regen, and the move speed isn't that important versus Nidalee. Like, I just don't see this as being an important build for him. Aurelia, I'm also a little bit surprised. Most that I've seen either go Doran's Blade. I've seen a couple go Flask. I don't know if that's still a thing or not. I apologize, I don't play much top lane. But I'm pretty sure Boots Aurelia is not currently a thing. So that's a little weird to me. Also worth mentioning that this is an AD Nidalee. This is not an AP Nidalee. She's just doing either a full AD or a Bruiser Nidalee mid. No pots on you? Oh shit. I did not notice that. Thank you for bringing that up. So, I'm not sure what that's supposed to accomplish. It's possible he forgot, or it's possible that he's trying to go for like a rush build. Don't do that. You definitely need that potion. Now, we see Lee Sin going in for the early counter jungling. That's actually a nice little touch from him. And that is quite obvious that he's going to do that because he did start blue. You don't really start blue on Lee, but if you're counter jungling, then it makes sense. In the meantime, Rengar did get a kill top, so we're going to rewind and see exactly what set that up. Rengar's just going ahead with his pokey pokey. Just jump out of the bush. So it lands the snare. Aurelia jumps back in, and Rengar gets a lot of free damage. Auto attack Q, auto attack, ignite, and finishes it off. So very nice play from Rengar, but I don't see why Aurelia did that. It really didn't make that much sense. Alright, so we see the ward coming in. He's just going to walk away. That's cool. Down in bot lane, I didn't see who leveled to 2 first, but no one seems to have pushed an advantage off of it. Nami's level 1 though, so I'm not sure why. She may have stayed too long for the leash. It's possibly she was zoned from experience. Either way, you need to make sure that you're picking up that experience. Whoever hits level 2 first and successfully pushes an engage generally wins that lane. It's incredibly important. Back in middle, not a whole lot going down. Nidalee actually farming quite well. Just dropping traps all through the lane. Not quite able to land her spears though, so we'll see how this scales into the mid game. Down in bot lane, I would like to see Thresh moving up towards here, these flowers on the ground, and then hook across so that they're forced into a difficult position when the minions are lying down here, right? I think that would have been the best play for him rather than backing out and then launching in a straight line. Cut them off with the hook. Because if they move forward, Jinx hits them. If they move backwards, they walk into your hook, right? Hopefully that makes sense for people. Either way, though, AD or AP Nidalee, I still wouldn't go Boots. I'd go Doran's Run. Gives you health, gives you mana regen, gives you AP. It's just better. Alright, so these Vel'Koz Qs not quite able to connect. Now, that's not necessarily Vel'Koz's fault. I do see Nidalee actively dodging to a decent degree, but you really do need to try and outplay your opponent with those Qs. You need to think, okay, where are they going to be in X milliseconds? how can I cut them off? How can I push them into a different skill by using my Q in a certain way? So that's something that he might want to work on. It's not a fatal mistake by any means, but that's definitely something that I would want to see him practicing over the next week or so. Alright, so he is maxing W. That's pretty standard. Yeah. Not a whole lot happening this game. But yeah, leveling W on Vel'Koz means that you're going for a farm lane. Q is lovely for poke, but usually you're going to be using your W. I don't like how he's using it though. You want to use it across the entire wave so it pushes out. If he was using that just to get the single last hit, well, that's a waste of mana. So work on your auto attack last hitting instead. If you're pushing, your W needs to go across the entire wave, which means you're going to stand right around where that minion is right now, and then launch it across the wave. Alright, so let's rewatch that kill block. Nice bubble, but the hook comes through. Traps are in behind. Exhaust goes on to Lee, but not going to be enough to save them. Lee follows through for the kill, and nice work. Let's take another quick look in top lane. Aurelia, pretty even in farm. So even because after that first kill, she's farming it just fine. She's not falling behind anymore. That kill really didn't amount to much of anything. The question is, now that he's 6, is he going to roam? What's he going to be able to set up across the map? Because that's really Rengar's strength, is he has a strong level 2 or 3, but then after that, as soon as he hits 6, he roams all over the map. Lee Sin tries to come in for a gank, gets a decent amount of damage on. Aurelia just ults across, but Aurelia is now out of mana, so she's not going to be able to follow this through. And it's also worth reminding you that she does not have Ignite. She's going with Teleport. It is tricky to deny Aurelia farm, but I'm simply pointing out that she's doing a good job of picking up that CS, making sure that she knows her character's strengths and being able to remain even, rather than saying, GG, it's over, I lost top, how am I supposed to do anything now, and rage quitting, right? You see that all the time where it's like, fucking noobs didn't ban Rengar, what the fuck am I supposed to do, this is bullshit, and then they just go on tilt. Instead, she's playing it calm, she's playing it safe, and she's picking up the CS she needs to be useful mid-game. And that's what I like to see. Now, I think she could work a little bit more on her last thing under tower, but being out of mana, I understand that it's a little bit difficult for her. But yeah, she could definitely last hit a little better, but overall she's been doing fine. Now, we're going to take a quick look at mid, as Yi is trying his first, I believe it's his first gank, and as you see, nothing happens. So Wukong definitely just needs to farm it out. Sorry, not Wukong. Ugh, Yi, what am I even saying? Very nice bubble coming out. Lantern goes through. Jinx picks up the Lantern, 10 points for style. Exhaust goes on to Nami rather than Graves, though. That's not what you want to see happen. Not level 6 yet, so no ultimate to pick things up. Flashes away. Graves might be able to get this kill. Bubble does not land. Hook lands through. Ult goes through, and nice work. That being said, Thresh did not need to... Thresh did not need to pull in there. If he just held him with the hook, Jinx ult would have picked up the kill, and he would have been safe. Either way, though, really nice re-engage from Thresh and Jinx. But I do want to question their decision-making there. You use Exhaust to reduce damage. Nami's not doing damage. She's used her cooldowns. She's not an AD carry, right? So even if you're going to focus Nami, which is, it's fine, kill whoever you can easily, but you still should have been exhausting the Graves. Now we're going to take a look at the gank up top. Lee Sin not able to connect his Qs, that's definitely something he'll want to work on. He moves in behind, kicks back into lane. Aurelia moving forward, lands the stun. Yi teleports in and picks up the kill onto Aurelia. Very nice teamwork there between purple side. Lee, you want to work on your Qs though, dude. Like, that's a huge portion of your character. Yeah, you need to be working on those cooldowns, be working on your skill shots. Make sure that you are able to connect with those. Okay, he's going to be able to pick this up. Just barely, though. That should have been a little bit easier for him to get, honestly. I'm going to rewind that and play back exactly what he did here. Okay, so your Q is coming off cooldown. Wait for your Q. Connect with Q, E, auto attack, follow up Q for the execute. Instead, he E's, doesn't really land any damage. He Qs, it does hit, but doesn't do a whole lot. He follows up the Q before auto attacking, so there's no execute. and then eventually lands an auto attack to land the kill. So that's not how you play Lee Sin. Launch Q first, use damage to make sure that he's low health, then follow through the Q for the execute. You need to weave auto attacks between your skills, and you need to play that properly. That was very sloppy on his part. That being said, nice dodge out of the Vel'Koz Q. Apparently someone's mentioning that Yi did waste his meditate before the fight. That definitely is a problem. That being... Oh, why are you pinking that? Pink wards are not invisible. Don't place them where you can't defend them. Use pink wards for two purposes. Number one, to bait fights that are in your favor. So, a good example would be this ward in Tribush. If they try and clear it, you fight them, you kill them. A second use is obviously permanent map control, placing them somewhere safe, such as the bushes in your jungle. That makes sure that the enemy team can't really counter jungle you, and just make sure the map is lit up so that there's no possible escapes. There's not going to be able to sweep around behind your team, that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't really have any comments. I just don't understand what that pink ward was supposed to accomplish. It's possible it was a mistake they used that pink ward. Alright, that's a little bit more what you want to see from a Lee Sin combo. We should be able to pick this up. A sloppy play from Vel'Koz. He should have been able to get through that, but... Yeah, Meditate on Master Yi reduces all incoming damage, so if you can use it to block out like the execute coming in from Lee Sin, you can do it very easily, and as someone is mentioning in chat, is an auto attack reset. I did not know that actually myself, but that's good to know. Alright, so down in bot lane, Jinx, about 10 CS up and 2 kills up. Well, 2 kills, 1 assist versus 1 kill. So she's in a really good place right now. We've mentioned, or I mentioned before, that Graves has a really hard time remaining useful. He has to stomp lane in order to have much of an effect on the game. Yeah, he's going the triple Dorans on Rengar. Ryan Choi incoming. Okay, so not a whole lot of AP. I'm not sure what he's doing with that Blasting Wand. I would suggest finishing up Athene's first item so that you have the extra CDR to constantly poke them out of lane, wave clear, and never let them onto your tower. And then after that, I might suggest something like a Liandry's to just burn the enemy team. Because you're versus a Nidalee who's going to be kind of a bruiser, you're versus a Lee Sin who's going to be building tanky, and you're versus Thresh who's going to be pretty beefy as well, and Aurelia. So there's some beefy targets on the enemy team. Having that Liandry's is a really nice mid-game power spike. Yeah, I don't know, hunting guys into Source Boots is pretty damn powerful, because you can reduce people into negative magic resist. Alright, Rengar is ganking bot now. I'm going to slow this down so you can see how he executes his combo. Thresh does fly away, lanterns him to safety. Rengar flashes in, throws his net, and picks up the kill, even through the exhaust. Nice attempted save there by Thresh, but good pickup. And the mid lane, Nidalee has taken down tower. Barrier not needed there. That's definitely a waste of cooldowns. Yi going in onto Yi. Yi is not able to follow through. You want to ward the bushes as you walk into them if you have like your totem ward up. And the second thing is you want to use attack move. So that way you don't get baited, right? If someone's walking into a bush and then just walks right past you, if you've right-clicked in the bush, you're going to walk right past them. If you use attack move, you're going to stop running and start auto-attacking and chasing that player. Attack move is very powerful. You should be using it. Nidalee landing a lot of damage here. Not able to land the spear. Alright, second spear does connect. Goes into the Cougar form. Finishes the kill. Doesn't even need the ignite. Very good job. Yi is coming around, but sort of face plants into the wall. I'm not sure what he was planning there. Alright, he doesn't have ult to chase through here. Is he rushing Blade of the Ruin King? I'm under the impression that Ghost Blade is pretty much a rushed standard. Very nice combo coming in. Thresh lands the hook, lands on, pulls in, and the team picks up the kill. I would like to see Dragon focused after that. Gives you a nice chunk of global pressure and global gold. You have the numbers, you have 4 people ready to go, and their jungler is dead, so there's no one to contest it. Like that word from Thresh, but I would place it up in the part that's dark that I'm pinging there. Placing it right there. If you're going to place it on blue, place it in the bush. If not, place it up in here. You get 5 paths covered. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ghostblade, Static Shiv, Ghost, blah, blah, blah. And then you have like Cutlass as like third item. I'm pretty sure. Flashes through. There's the kick. Good job. Nidalee should be able to pick that up. Ooh, very nice. That was really close to Rengar actually picking that up. The way he cycled his cooldowns was quite good. I want to see if he cancelled any animations there though, because it definitely looked like he did. Alright, so Len's that. His Q's coming up right now. Instead of auto attack Q auto attacking, he turns on to Lee Sin. You know you're going to be kicked away though, so why not focus Nidalee and then go on to Lee? Because if Nidalee gets another cooldown, like, you're dead, right? Alright, so you did quite well with your cooldowns there, but I think you should have been focusing Nidalee from the start, not Lee. He would have been able to cycle through, possibly pick up a second kill. You already have the move speed from Ghostblade, so why do you need the move speed from Blade of the Ruined King as well? Right? Same with Static Shiv, it lets you wave clear, split push, duel. I just think it's more important. I could be wrong on that though. I don't know which is second, which is third, but I know he likes all three items if he can get away with it. Alright, Thresh coming in, lands the box. Nami ult, not going to do a whole lot there. I would have just saved that ult personally. I also would have saved that flash. You know you're dead at that point. You're 3v essentially 1, because Nami's used her ult at that point. So what are you flashing for, right? May as well save the cooldown and then cycle it in a second or two. Now, E, I want to see using his E a little bit earlier. Nidalee is in behind, able to hopefully land that on. Nope. There it is. Hook goes through, very nicely landed, connects onto Yi. Vel'Koz lands a very nice bubble, but not going to be able to do a whole lot with it, because he needs the positioning in order to land an ult. So he's going to be taken down very quickly and also has to use the flash. So great focus coming in from blue team here. Really playing towards their strengths, focusing the correct targets, and making sure that they can secure the kill as quickly and efficiently as possible. I mean, yes, there's some minor combos that could be executed a little bit more smoothly, but at the end of the day, they're doing what they need to. Purple side, on the other hand, though, is wasting a lot of cooldowns. They're in a position where they know they're going to die, and they're wasting ults, they're wasting flashes, they're wasting exhausts, they need to save those. You don't want flash there, dude. He can't jump onto you after in lane without a flash, so I'm not sure what that was supposed to accomplish. Especially now that your flash is down, you cannot stay in lane. You really need to save that cooldown. It's very important. Alright, nice stun coming in. Not going to be able to do a whole lot, but Nidalee will show up and should be able to pick up the kill on her own. Oh god, that's so cheap. That stun. Oh, that was beautiful. Good job, Aurelia. That being said, I think that whole fight was questionable. Rengar got way too greedy. Aurelia just stuns him, walks away, and says, "Thank you very much." Vel'Koz is picking up a turret mid. I'm surprised no one's taken this dragon yet, though. Nidalee has Trinity Force and Chalice finished up. Hook goes through, connects onto Vel'Koz. Flay goes back. Bubble coming across, cancelling out the Nidalee engage. But at the end of the day, not going to stop Nidalee. She's just going to pop in, Triforce your face, and make you cry. Alright, so we see some pings going on to blue. Blue side is pinging dragon. Ah, that's what I've been waiting to see here. They've had a couple opportunities to take it. This is the first time they're actually going to go for it. Now, that being said, Jinx is not responding, Lee is not responding. Try not to do a big camp like this unless your jungler is following through, and you're going to be able to pick it up with Smite. Lee should show up, but I think he's... No, he didn't Smite. Good. Good decision on his part. So they are here now. It wasn't really a risk, but I would like to see them all on the same page rather than all sort of doing their own thing. No, EQ does not proc on hit effect, so you can't use it like Hydra. Nice attempt to hook, but not really going to turn into anything. Bubble lands across very nicely. I would like to see Vel'Koz winding up the ult a little early. Wait, does he even have ult? No, he doesn't. When did he use it? Oh, right. He used it before when he died. If only he had ult there, that would have been very nice. In the meantime, the team did clean it up. I want to rewatch that fight, because I was a little too focused on what Vel'Koz was doing. Okay, so blue team, first of all, does misplay because Thresh is going to come around here. He has no health, and he tries to start a fight. Not necessarily what you want. You also don't have vision to set up this fight. So, hook does not connect. Vel'Koz lands the slow. He's still too close. Nami should be able to land the bubble here. Nami lands bubble across two people, and then Vel'Koz lands a bubble. W goes across. Graves jumps in. Buckshot, ult, Yi cleans up. Tidal wave going across to make sure they're locked in place. Vel'Koz lands a final slow onto Lee, and he's going to be able to clean this all up. Rengar coming in from the side too, but not going to mean anything. So very, very well played from purple team, but that was just set up by the blue team just being way too cocky, right? Irelia is going to get caught out mid here. Graves does not have anything to follow through with, though. Rengar does have ult. I think Irelia is just going to be able to walk away. Alright, jumps on. Aurelia's just going to stun him and should be able to walk away. No, she turns around and fights. The slow's on. Graves is able to come in, and they pick it up together. Okay, so Lee's taking this blue. I don't agree with that. Lee doesn't need blue. He doesn't care about it at all. Let's see if he's able to land his hook. I'd be winding it up in this direction. Good job. Wait till the very last second, then pull in alt, flay back in. Oh, your flay was too late, but still overall decent combo. You don't want to give him time to escape though. Once your alt has dropped, flay back into the alt so they don't have an easy way to escape it, and they're slowed. Even if he flashed, he would have been slowed and you would have been able to catch him that much quicker. Either way, it's 3v1, you're going to get the kill. That looks like they're going to go right for red buff, so I like that decision. Just take away anything you can. Yi is trying to come in, not able to land the hook. I actually would have been aiming that up if possible, but that's fine. Yi alting. Lantern's in. Lee seems a little determined to fight. Grabs the lantern at the very last second. Nidalee cleans up. Great teamwork and bait there. Yeah, really, really good work. I'm pretty sure in the Aurelia versus Rengar fight that Aurelia was un-CC'd and continued fighting. Once the snare went down, she stunned Rengar to stop the damage, and I would have expected her to run after that, but she did not seem to. It's possible, though, that it lasted a little longer than I remember, and that she was still snared. I teleport going in bot lane by Aurelia. Not sure if I agree with that, because there's no one to set up or keep him bot lane, so you're using that teleport essentially to pick up a few CS. Graves tries to stop in the bush, though that's not generally what you want to see happening. The flash comes through from Lee. He connects in the end, but falls through a little too early. But you're dead. You're dead. You're not escaping that. Alright, so they should be able to collapse on mid here. Hook goes through, not able to land. If you're going to land that, try and ward in behind this. You can get some decent vision on how they're positioned under tower, and it's still out of turret range, so it doesn't get immediately cleared. As Rengar is trying to backdoor. Gonna get the tower. It's a cat versus cat fight here, so let's see what he can do. Nidalee not able to connect. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna be dead. It was a nice attempt to juke, but I don't know why he would try and back in that bush when you see that their team is still there. He could have suicided into tower bot lane, or he could have even just walked around here and recalled there. Alright, so Vel'Koz is in a tricky position here. Not sure what you're doing, dude. Does land the knockup. Ult goes through from both Nami and Vel'Koz. Nice job. I want to see if Yi is able to pick... No, not able to get in. Graves was coming around, so if Yi was able to land like a Q onto Jinx, they would have probably been able to get something. Is Lee still worth picking? He's still a very strong pick, but he's a lot weaker than he used to be. So basically, he's not must pick, must ban, but if you're good with him, he's still going to have a fantastic impact on the early mid game. So Vel'Koz, you really need to work on your skill shots. That's the biggest comment I've had for you right now. is that you're kind of out of position and you're just using skills in random directions. I'm not even sure where you're trying to aim them. And I apologize if that sounds rude, but basically, like, that's the biggest mistake I've seen in your play, is that, like, it's just not working. I'm assuming that's a Void Staff being rushed third item. That's fine. I personally would have gone for... Oh god, I'm drawing a complete blank. Haunting Guys. I'll give you a little bit of health, give you a little bit of extra magic pen, and a little bit of extra AP. Rushing Void Staff. Okay, the only person with magic resist here is Lee Sin. Alright, so Aurelia does get top lane tower. The Lantern. Alright, so they're going on to Dragon. Good job. Yeah, we will go over item builds at the end of the game, but I'm just pointing out some of the ones that I see as we're going through. What's this extra 2 longswords for? I guess it could be for Hydra, because it uses 1 longsword for the lifesteal and 1 longsword for the Tiamat. I approve of that pun, Sniper. Nice, so Aurelia's just picking up some from top lane. She has finished up her Cutlass, but does not have Triforce and does not have Blade of the Rune King. So as much as she was farming out earlier, she hasn't really turned it into anything. She is 2 and 5 as well, so she needs to work on that a little. Nidalee right now is 9, 1, and 3. Super, super fed. The question is she going to be able to translate that into mid-late game power? What I would like to see is I want to see Nidalee split pushing. Because she has Frozen Heart, she has Chalice, she has Trinity Force, she has Merc Treads. No one can really fuck with you, right? You're tanky, you do damage, you duel really well, and you're super mobile. So no one's going to be able to really duel you besides maybe Rengar if he gets a surprise engage, and even then you can probably fight him. So I want to see him... Oh, there goes the engage onto Lee Sin. Kicks back towards Jinx. Jinx uses traps, not able to connect. Ult going through... And he's able to pick up the kill. No. Okay. Ignite still goes through. I was seeing if he was going to be able to lifesteal that or not. So he is able to go 1 for 1, but there is an assist, of course, thrown over to them because, well, they had 2 people. Yeah, I would like to see Nidalee split pushing and Aurelia with the team because she's very good at locking down targets like Vel'Koz, like Graves, like Rengar even. So I want to see her with the team, and then Nidalee can go just pressure tower all day long, and I think that would be their best bet. So Graves has his Infinity Edge finished now. Looks like he's going Blade of the Rune King. Now, I want to point out, what are you doing? I'm going to actually rewind that, because it really confuses me. Okay, so look at this engage. You have 2 allies who are in mid, not in range, and are running away. You have 1 person way down in river, and that's it, right? So you're walking in, land the hook onto their support. You continue to follow through. Your team is not here. You've not pinged the fight. You're not setting anything up. You then walk past. You're going to face tank a couple skills here, but yeah, Vel'Koz, you need to work on the skill shots. Alright, so you're now essentially 2v4, but you're pretty much 1v4 because you've just used all your skills. You need to question, what is the purpose of my engage? Do I want this fight? What's going to happen if I don't land every cooldown? He landed his cooldowns. But now he has nothing left. Of course, his hook is coming back. But you just used your ult. You've used, I believe... No, he has exhaust. Okay. But he used his ult. He's lost a lot of health. And he didn't really get anything from it. So that's something I want him to question in future gameplay, is what is the purpose of this, right? Same thing with Rush. What are you doing in there? You need to be with your team or you need to be warding, right? You're not going to be able to duel anyone, so you need to be with someone who can duel, who can set up the damage while you set up the CC. The alternative is that you need to be setting up map control, you need to be catching people out, and you need to be clearing enemy wards. That's all well and good, but being in that jungle for a long time is generally not ideal. Alright, so Lee at this point is Bansheesville, Merc Treads, and then looks to be Brutalizer. Is he going Ghostblade Lee? I don't like that. Go Hydra if you want a damage item. Yeah, I really don't like his build so far. But we'll see how it goes. One of the reasons I don't like it is, look at the enemy team. Where's their magic damage? Okay, it's Vel'Koz. He's missing his skill shot, so where's the magic damage? They're all AD, right? So why do you have Merc Treads? Why do you have a rushed Banshee's Veil? There's just better options. Alright, so decent damage coming out from Graves, but that's what you expect to see from him. If he can't one-combo you, or if he can't clean up in a team fight because of his ult, then he doesn't do a whole lot. So that's flash down on him. Also, he did miss some of his auto attack resets there. Generally, if you are going to do that, you're going to be, I believe, buckshot auto attack, alt auto attack is how people handle it usually. I didn't see what order he did in it, so I can't really comment too much. Rengar, in his stealth. We'll see if he's able to get onto Nidalee or not. So I want to see a ward right here, right? It gives you vision on how they're positioning and how they're dodging. Alright, so same thing with Thresh. He lands a good combo, but your team's not in a position to follow it up, so you need to be making sure that they're able to do so. Now, Yi's going to be able to tank a lot of this. Now, you're grouped up. Nami's going to be able to ult. I would have liked to see the bubble landed as soon as the ult went through, because it is off cooldown. I would have set up the Vel'Koz ult a little bit better. Now, Yi's able to get in, and 4 seconds on his Alpha Strike, so he's taking a lot of damage. Why is he not auto-attacking? What you doing, Yi? Alright, there we go. It's possible it was just a bug from the Spectre, because I'm going super slow. Quick Draw is up, Buckshot is up for 3 seconds, 30 seconds on collateral damage, so Graves is not able to clean up in this fight. Yeah, the Nami bubble would have been able to essentially kill all of them there. Aurelia tries to go in onto them. Oh, nice Nidalee attempt. Pulls back into the bubble though, that's unfortunate. Now, Graves turning around, not able to land the kill. Flash comes through, he's safe. Alright, Nidalee might be able to re-engage here. Question is 3 seconds. 3 seconds on the hook. You're dead. Yeah, final buckshot's gonna get you. I think if blue team positioned a little bit better there, they could have re-engaged and made that work for them. But it was just sloppy how they tried to re-engage, and Nami was able to land that bubble just due to poor decision making. Yeah, originally Nami and purple team kind of threw the fight. They should have been able to pick that up a little bit better. And then blue team threw the fight immediately after because they didn't reposition, regroup, and then re-engage as a team. You need to be on the same page as your allies, so make sure that you're pinging, make sure that you're calling out plays, calling out focuses, and making sure that everyone's going to be able to be in sync, essentially. So Nidalee is finishing up her Blade of the Ruin King now. I still haven't seen her split pushing at all, and that worries me. That's Nidalee's main strength, right? Nice, so Nidalee is moving up top. There's a huge wave of farm there. Yi's the only one defending. So the question is Nidalee going to be able to land a kill? No. Not able to land the spear. Teleport coming in from Aurelia. I don't think that's necessary. The goal of Nidalee's split push is make people chase Nidalee while you end the game. Or take an objective. So I don't like that teleport. Kind of a waste in my opinion. No, not gonna happen here. Okay, so Lee's trying to get in behind a little bit. Rengar is not with them. So this is your chance to fight, but you're gonna have to dive through a tower to do it, so that's risky. Looks like Lee's gonna go off and try and deal with Rengar. I think they've proven already that he can't deal with Rengar. 3-person bubble goes through from Vel'Koz. I would like to see that followed through with the team. If you notice that the bubble's going to land, spam ping it. Just like ping, 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 and hopefully your team will follow up. Anami could have tidal waved across it, followed up with a second bubble. Vel'Koz could have ulted, Graves could have ulted. Boom, wombo combo, free quadra kill. Rengar, in the meantime, is onto the mid inhibitor tower. Jinx taken very low, but Graves is taken down by the traps. And Nidalee going way too close. Not sure what she's trying to do there. Graves lands the Cutlass, lands the slows, gets stunned out by Aurelia. Jinx Rocket comes across, takes him very low. Aurelia needs one final auto attack. There's the auto attack. And Vel'Koz picks up the kill onto Aurelia. Alright, Yi is now here. Yi, oh god. Okay, he almost walked past. I want to see Baron taken. If Rengar had cycled up after the mid tower, they could have taken Baron off of that. Because there's 3 enemy team dead, Jinx Rocket is down, and you have 4 people, all whom do fantastic damage. In the meantime, they did take Dragons. That's a fine consolation prize. But yeah, that bubble, it makes me sad because it was such a nice bubble, and they could have followed it up so easily, but can't have them all. Alright, so we see some things going down onto Baron. Blue team is going over, just warding around the sides here. Purple team will know if they started though. Nope, wards expired now. Rengar back bot lane doing his split push thing. Again, I don't know why Nidalee's not dealing with him, because Nidalee can duel him quite easily. She has a Frozen Heart, for God's sake. Like, she's not going to die instantly. She has Frozen Heart and Blade of the Ruin King, right? You're going to be able to live through that. In the meantime, though, Aurelia's the one dealing with it. That's just not what I want to see happening. She still does not have Trinity Force finished. That's unfortunate. There's just a hell of a lot of stall. You see 2 to 3 blue team bot lane. They could use that to force Baron. They could use it to force mid inhib. There's a lot of things they could be trying to force. Hook goes through onto Nami. Jinx is coming through, but not quite in range. Flay goes back. I would not ult this if I were you. I wouldn't bother. Alright, there's the traps. Flash goes through from Nami. Graves comes in from behind. Hook is up in 2 seconds. Exhaust right now. Exhaust, exhaust, exhaust. What you doing, hon? What are you doing? Why aren't you exhausting? Why aren't you exhausting? What the literal hell? You have exhaust, you have hook, you have... I don't understand this. Okay, so, I'm going to rewatch that. I want to point exactly what point he should have exhausted. Okay, so, you land the hook onto Nami, that's all lovely. It doesn't really mean anything, though, because you get a flash. Great, that's fine. Okay, so, your hook is coming up in 2 seconds. Exhaust right now. Right now. Before the combo goes through. Exhaust, Jinx can heal, your hook is then going to be up. Hook in, make Jinx do the DPS, then you ult, flay back into the box, and you have the kill. I don't know what you're saving it for. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, that was a really, really weird combo. I don't know what they were thinking. Yi goes on to... Oh my god, that damage. Goes on to Aurelia, just mops her up. Nidalee comes in, tries to go in, but the heal goes through. Bubble goes... Nope, not quite landing the bubble. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Vel'Koz is here. Very nice damage. And so that should be game now. I would expect purple team to end off that. Yeah, Yi does so much damage to towers at this point that they can pretty much just do what they want. So now that they have the inhib, I'm not sure why he's not doing Baron. Actually, wait, I lied. He shouldn't have done Baron there. But you want to stall it out and get some vision on it so that you can do it immediately after. Alright, so as you can see, Yi is a monster now. He's gotten to the stage where he has all his items, so he can just kill anyone he encounters. Teleports bot lane, gets onto Lee Sin, immediately pops him. Just fantastic damage coming out. Split pushes bot, takes that tower too. He should be able to get the... that's debatable. I don't think he's going to get that one. Yeah, we're just going to try and speed this up because I think we've commented on most of the key mistakes here. We're here less to focus on overall, like, this is exactly what's happening on the screen, and more on how you can improve, how you can practice. Alright, so here comes the Baron. That's exactly what I would expect to see. Now, Banshee's Veil is up. I would be popping that with the W from Nami. Alright, instead, Lee Sin jumps in 1v4. Not what you want to see happen. Obviously, the Jinx Rocket is coming across, but it's not going to mean a whole lot. Nidalee over the wall. Going to try and spear, but not going to turn into anything much. At best, you kill the support and then die to the other 3. Yeah, she tries to come through, not able to pick up anything. Jinx is now alone, has no peel with her. Rengar coming in behind her. Alright, traps are used. Alright, net auto attack QQ. Yep, good job. That's what you want to see. And I pick up another kill. Another kill over onto Aurelia. Yeah, Yi made it to late game, so he's going to do crazy damage now. Alright, so this should be the end of the game here. Congratulations to Purple side. Really nice comeback on their part. Alright, so please don't run away immediately. We are going to go over final advice, builds, playstyles, that sort of things. And keep in mind that these videos will be uploaded to YouTube within the next 24 hours or so. So make sure you're subscribed to that so you get the notification. So, a few comments that I had. I'm going to repeat a few things that I did say during the game, so I apologize for that. First thing, Thresh, you want to play with your team, you're not engaging when they have an opportunity to follow up. I saw a couple missed opportunities for really easy cycled CC to lock down single targets that would have allowed your team to fight. Primary one I pointed out being the kills versus Graves, but I did notice a couple other champion matchups where you could have pulled off a similar thing. Aurelia, I would have not liked to see you split pushing. I want to see you focusing Rengar, Vel'Koz, Master Yi, Graves. You have so much ability to jump into the middle of a team fight, zero out a single target using your CC and your allies' focus, that I don't want to see you split pushing. That's what she was doing all game long. I get that you want farm, but it's better if you're with a team. Nidalee, you're not very good in team fights because, well, you need to be able to hit a spear onto someone. You need something to set up the initiation. So I wanted to see you split pushing. You would have been able to provide so much pressure on the side lanes. You would have been able to duel pretty much anyone who showed up, especially Rengar. Aurelia was having a lot of issues versus Rengar, whereas you would have been able to just pop him. So I would have really liked to see that playstyle switched around. Jinx, I didn't see that many issues with you, actually. It's possible that I just wasn't focusing hard enough on you, but overall, your ults were on point, your skills were relatively well used, your positioning was fine, you seemed to be orb walking. So in terms of playstyle, you were doing okay, but I would like to see a little bit more team communication, maybe focusing some overall map objectives to like a leadership role, but I didn't notice any key mechanical mistakes in how you were playing. Lee Sin, I don't like the Black Cleaver. I don't understand why you built it. I don't know why you built Banshee's Veil Rush. There's no magic resist on the enemy team. Or sorry, magic damage on the enemy team. Even the Merc Treads. Okay, you have a Nami Vel'Koz, so that's annoying, yes. But why rush all these magic resist items, then try and build out a Black Cleaver, then go back to tank? If you want a damage item, go Lizard, Elder, Hydra, and then tank. I think that's a better setup. I don't understand your item build. There's some issues with how you're recycling your cooldowns, how you're weaving your auto attacks in there. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Definitely rewatch the gameplay. I'm sure you can see some of the mistakes there, but hopefully you enjoyed. Nami, good bubbles, not a whole lot of team communication. I don't like the death cap. So, first thing, I want to see a Crucible. Why do you have an Athenes? You need a Crucible. You need to remove the Aurelia stuns, Thresh hooks, Lee Sin slows to an extent, Jinx traps. There's some decent amount of CC that you can remove, and you need the heal to keep people alive. I used to build Athenes as bot lane. Don't do it. Just don't. If you want that, go for Crucible and then Morello. If you want the extra CDR, right? Death Cap is fine on Nami, but you still need to have those actives. You didn't upgrade to Frost Queen Claim, so you're losing a slow. You didn't upgrade to Athenes, so you're missing a heal, you're missing a CC removal. I just don't like that build at all. I really, really don't. Also, you might be overloaded in CDR, because once you update your Frost Fang to Frost Wings Claim, you're going to have 45% CDR. So that's 5% wasted, and that's not including Masteries or Runes. So don't like that build at all. I would definitely adjust that in the future. Rengar, his build is standard. He did a lot of Doran's Blades into damage. It was fine. I'm surprised... Wait, no, he did have it. I didn't see what order he built in, but overall it was good. That's how you build them, right? Vel'Koz, I didn't like the Void Staff Rush. I think Haunting Guy and Source Boot should have been like second and third items. Then you can build Void Staff or Hourglass, depending on what you need. Then upgrade to Liandry's. Liandry's is an amazing item on Vel'Koz because you're spamming skills. You need to get a lot of poke down, a lot of utility down, and a lot of burn damage down. So that's why CDR and burns and Magic Pen, that sort of thing, are very, very strong on Vel'Koz. So just to clarify, my build order would probably have been Athene's Source Boots, Haunting Guise, Void Staff, Hourglass, and then Leandry's Torment. And then you could build like Deathcap Final Item if you really wanted. Also, you really need to work on your combos. Like, you're missing pretty much every skill shot. You weren't positioning that well. There was a lot of misplays there. And I don't want that to feel like I'm picking on you, but watch the videos back. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about, where skills are just going off in random directions. I'm not sure what you were trying to do, but you need to work on that. You definitely need to work on that. Graves, I didn't like the pick, but you made it work relatively well. I actually don't know what Graves builds, but it seems odd that you would have a Phantom Dancer and a Blade of the Rune King. Graves' auto attack range is pretty shit. You're more about burst casting. So I would have expected to see a static shiv, so that like the auto attack you're weaving between your skills is going to have extra burst, and you still have the crit chance, you still have all these lovely things. But then you can focus on wave clear, you can focus on burst damage, and you can focus on AoE damage, which is what Graves does, right? So that's something to consider in the future. I also would like to see a Last Whisper. I don't think you needed to finish up the Blade of the Rune King that early if you were going to go for it. I would have probably liked to see Infinity Edge, Static Shiv, just go for Vamp Scepter, then Last Whisper, then upgrade to Bloodthirster, I think. I think that would be ideal, and then final item like a Banshee's Veil or something. Yi did a really good job, farmed his way into the game, and then became a monster. Overall playstyle, it was fine. He did a good job. Like, there wasn't too much to say on that. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. If anyone has final questions in chat, go ahead and ask them. We are going to wrap up the stream for the evening, though. So thank you again for watching. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal. Sorry I was only able to do one workshop game, but the viewer game ran so long that I just don't have time. I have a friend coming over this evening. I have to eat. I have to shower. I got to run. So I'm going to play some ads. I will answer questions in chat. And thank you again so much for all of the support. You guys have been amazing.